Right. Time to get funky, people. Wave your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Today we're going to be talking about those ratios and doing a little more work with unit rate and long division. So we're going to ride on down the road with this stuff, because I know you people are ready to ride. Say yeah if you're ready to ride. Alright, let's keep it going here. We're not going to slow down any. So let's start out with just some reducing of some ratios. Okay, just a couple quick ones there to kind of get us in the frame of mind. So let's say, for example, we had 6 ladybugs out of 27 insects. Okay, 6 ladybugs out of 27 insects. So we would want to write that, of course, take that ratio in word form. We're going to change it into a fractione. That would be 6 out of 27. And then you got to find your common factor to go into both of those numbers. So you got to ponder to yourself, well, what factors go into 6 and 27 that would be the same? And that would be 3. So you got to divide both of those by 3. Divide the numerator by 3. Divide the denominator by 3. Of course, 6 divided by 3 is 2. 27 divided by 3 is 9. So simplify it down, okay? We simplify that down to 2/9. So we're trying to simplify. We're trying to make everything down to its simplified form, okay? So the directions will say simplify. All right, let's keep on riding, baby. Let's keep on riding. Let's say we had some flowers. We had 12 roses out of 28 flowers. 12 roses out of 28 flowers. Now again, you're going to write that as take that ratio. Of course, that's in word form at the moment. We're going to write it in the fraction form. 12 out of 28. Again, we got to divide both of those by some common factor. Now, some of you people might automatically say it's 2. You could do 2, but then you might have to do it again. So I'm not going to do by 2. I am actually going to say, I think I can do those by 4. Because I know 4 goes into 12 and 4 goes into 28. So 12 divided by 4 would give me 3. 28 divided by 4 would give me 7. And then my most simplified or simplest reduced form would be 3/7. So 3 roses out of every 7 flowers. 3 roses out of every 7 flowers. All right. You may get some that are, going to give you improper fractions, and that's okay. So maybe you had one that maybe said 155 apples to 75 oranges. Okay, 155 apples to 75 oranges. It doesn't matter. Okay, we're still going to write it with 155 is going to be our numerator number, and then the 75 oranges is going to be our denominator number. So you're still going to write it as a fraction. It's going to be improper. Okay. Now, of course, those numbers are getting a little bit bigger. All right. So maybe you can think about, well, I know 25 will go into 75, but then you think, well, 25 won't go into 155 because it'd be 150. So maybe I just got to do maybe I do just have to do by 5 to start with, and that's all right. So let's divide them both by 5 and see what happens. So 5 goes into 15 3 times. 5 goes into 5 once. Okay, 5 goes into 7 once, and then that would leave me with 25, and 5 goes into 25 5 times. So that would be 31 over 15. And I believe that might be the simplified form, 31 over 15, because I don't think you can take anything else. You can't divide 15 into 31. If you divide that by 5, it won't go into there. If you divide that by 3, it won't go into that. So that would be its most simplified form. All right, so when you get these in word form, just go ahead and write them like fractions, just like that. Find their common factor. Sometimes you may have to do it more than once. Like, if you did this one by 2, you might have had to do it by 2 again, and that's okay. But try to find the biggest factor that'll go into it, and then simplify it down to its lowest terms fraction. All right, so that's simplifying ratios. Simplify. Okay, now I'm going to do this a little out of order, because I know some people just run these from the top, and some people run them at the end, and they don't really watch the stuff in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the riddle on you right here. Okay, so if you're actually paying attention, thank you very much. Here's your chance to get some extra credit. All right, so here's today's riddle. The ages of a father and a daughter have a sum of 66. The father's age is the daughter's age reversed. How old could they be? I'll read it one more time. The ages of a father and a daughter have a sum of 66. The father's age is the daughter's age reversed. How old could they be? Okay, so of course that means you've got to give me two numbers, the father's age and the daughter's age, and it has to have a sum of 66. So good luck with that. Let me know what you think. How old could they be? All right, now let's take and break this down to our next little section here. All right, and down here we're not just going to simplify, we're going to find each ratio and get the unit rate. Okay, so find the unit rate, and of course that means we're going to have to do some division, right? And in our case we're going to have to do some long division. So when you're finding a rate or a unit rate like we're going to be doing most of, there's going to be some division involved. Okay, so let's say you're going on a little vacation and you were going to go 140 miles on 6 gallons of gas. So of course the rate here would be miles per gallon. Okay, I know y'all have heard that before. Miles per gallon. MPG, baby. No, the wording of that tells you how to do it. So it's miles per is normally a divide word by the gallon. So you do the miles divided by the gallons. Miles divided by gallons, because per is normally a divide word. Alright, so I'm going to come over here, I'm going to take the miles, which is 140, and I'm going to divide it by the number of gallons. I'm going to go ahead and put my decimal out here, just in case I need to add on some zeros in a minute. I may not need to, but I'm just going to put it there just in case. Alright, so long division, review, here we go. 6 into 14, that would be twice, because 2 times 6 is 12. Again, this is called showing your work, people, so make sure you show your work. Do not do this on a calculator. Don't do this on the calculator. Don't do it on your computer. Do it right here on paper. Show me your work. 14 minus 12 is 2. And I'm going to bring down yonder 0. Okay, that arrow show me I'm bringing it down. 6 goes into 20. I believe that's 3 times, because 3 times 6 is 18. Okay. And then that's going to be 2. And I'm going to have to add me a 0 now. And that would be 20 again. Oh, here we go. It's going to be a repeating decimal, because we're going to keep doing 20 minus 18 over and over again. Alright, so the miles per gallon is 23 and 3/10 miles per gallon. Now what happens when this stuff starts repeating over and over again? Anybody remember? That's where you use bar notation. So you want to put the bar over that, okay? So bar notation over the numbers that repeat. It may be one number, it may be multiple numbers, okay? So, if it's 2 numbers, and you might, have a 3, 4 out there, and you might have it repeating, it can cover both numbers. In this case, it's only got one repeater. So you just put that bar over that one number that repeats, okay? All right, let's do one that's got decimals in it, okay? Let's do one that's got decimals. All right, let's keep on riding. Okay. So let's say we got this one, 25 feet in 3.2 hours. 25 feet in, 3.2 hours. Must be a snail. 25 feet in 3.2 hours. That's not moving around too quick. 25 feet in 3.2 hours. All right, so again, that would be feet per hour, right? Feet per hour would be the rate. So we're going to do feet divided by hours. Feet divided by hours. So 25 is going to go on the inside, and then the hours is going to go on the outside. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and put my decimal there because I'm going to have to do some decimal movement. So this is a little review of dividing decimals. So here we go. Pay attention, people. Since that there number is not a whole number, we got to move that over to make it a whole number, which would be one spot. So that's actually going to be 32. And since we're moving it over one spot there, that means we got to move it over one spot over here. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that means that it's going to be 250, and I'm going to go ahead and put my decimal up there. So the actual problem we're doing, if you wanted to come over here to the side and rewrite it, would be 32 into 250. Again, because we moved that to make it a whole number once, and the divisor, that means I got to move it once over here in the dividend also. So, all right, does 32 go into 25? That is a no. Does 32 go into 250? Yes. Now the question is how many times? Let's see. 5 times 3 will be 15. 7 times 3 is 21. About 8 times 3. 8. I think 8's going to be too much, so I think it's going to be 7. Let's try that out. 7 times 14. Carry my 1. It'd be 21, 22. Okay. Then I got to subtract that, so that means I got to borrow. That becomes a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 4 minus 2 is 2. Alright, so that's 26. Alright, now I'm going to add me a couple zeros out here. I'm going to bring this first one down. 260. Okay, so I just did 7 times that, which gave me 224. Let's see if I do 8 times that. 8 times 16. I think 8 would work. 9's going to be too much, so let's try 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Again, going to carry my 1. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 1 is 25. Okay. And then that would be 260 minus 256. Borrow from that. Be 10 minus 6 is 4. Now I'm going to bring that down. And 32 goes into 40 one time. And that would be an 8. And I'm just going to go one more spot just for good measure. 32 goes into 80 2 times. So that would be 64. And I'm going to stop right there. Okay? Going out to the thousandths place is plenty. So how far does it go per hour? I'm going to say 7.812 feet per hour. Okay, that is good. So you can stop when you get out to the thousandths place. If you go 3 decimal places, that's good enough for me. Okay, that's good. All right. So I want you to make sure you're showing your work. Okay, we're not going to do a ton of these because I know it takes some time to do some of these. Okay, but keep on riding in that direction. Okay, make sure you show me work right here. Okay, up here, show me the number you're dividing by when you simplify. Find that common factor. Divide by that number. Okay, divide by 4 on both. Divide by 5 on both. Show me this little stuff right here. This is work. Show me this long division stuff down here. This is work. Work that mind, people. Work that mind. All right. Keep on riding in the proper direction. And send me those answers, okay? Send me those answers. I hope everything's going okay. I look forward to seeing you soon. Ciao. That's French. Ciao, baby. Mm-hmm.